Now, if you're a parent, imagine getting your child a book that's been described as Star Wars meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What on earth could a crossover of those two bring to your mind? Well, it sprung from the mind of an Alistair man, an author, who's done exactly that in his new book, which came out this week. It's called S.H.E.L.L, Episode 1, The Horse Awakens, in Alistair. Chris White. Good afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon, Steve. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
Fine. How does it feel when you have a new book out? Because it's just been, 5 days it's been out now?
It's quite surreal because you spend so long writing the thing and then it goes back and forth as you edit it and you draw the pictures and then all of a sudden, boom, I say all of a sudden, years later, suddenly you're on the radio talking about it. So it's quite surreal.
Your books are very, very colourful. And if there's one thing that kids love, it's exactly that, Chris.
It is, yeah. You know what? I try and, I mean, some people would say I never grew up. But I try and write books that I would have loved as a kid. And for somebody to say Star Wars meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I mean, that's just a dream. Because you get so many reviews for your books that you read them and you think like, really? That's not the book that I wrote. You completely missed that. But for somebody to say that, I was jumping up and down going, yes, that's exactly what I was aiming for.
I bet. So we've got S.H.E.L.L, S.H.E.L.L, Episode 1, The Horse Awakens. So what is S.H.E.L.L? Who's the horse?
S.H.E.L.L.
And what happens?
Right. S.H.E.L.L stands for Space Heroes Exploring Lost Lands.
Uh-huh.
I cannot tell you how long that took to work that out. Yeah. In fact, the majority of the time writing this book, that's where all the time went, trying to think of an acronym that went into S.H.E.L.L. So we think of kind of the Avengers, maybe, a team of animals in space saving the universe, but the bottom line is they all have to have a shell to be a member of the team.
Got you.
Don't ask me why, it just seemed a good idea at the time.
Yeah, no. So, and the kids will buy into that like that. You know that.
Hopefully, yes. So we've got a snail with all sorts of gadgets coming out of his shell.
Superhero snail, brilliant.
Superhero snail, Commander Skycrawler is his name.
That's great.
Which came from a poem I wrote many years ago about a snail in space. And sometimes you write a kind of short and snappy poem, and sometimes it kind of niggles in the back of your head thinking, there's more to be said about that. So I'll just park it, in the corner of my imagination until it's ready to rear its head again. And then all these years later, it came out, and that's kind of where it came from. So we've got a snail. We have a crab, obviously. Crab and Magar, the ninja crab. I'm going to hand the rest of it to you. What do you think? What else would you think of?
Well,
a shelled creature. Sorry to put you on the spot.
No,
this is a tricky business.
Yeah. Mussel. No.
Oh, I had a clam. That's close enough. Is that
lovely?
Kind of thing.
That was what I was trying to think of actually. I couldn't get the words out.
People think writing kids' books is easy. It's not.
Does the crab use his claws, Chris?
Yes.
Thought so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good effect. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pincer kind of ninja, kind of all action crab business. Crab Magar, you see, it's the martial art. There's a joke in there.
Yeah.
Crab. Yeah.
No, I did get that.
It's that kind of book.
So, from some of the reviews you've had from fellow children's authors as well, obviously
yes.
they've got some puns in there, including "Get this book, you'll have a shell of a time," and I look forward to shelling out for book 2 of this series. So all these superheroes in the shells, then, Chris. What
yes.
are they superheroing? Who are they saving? What are they doing?
Well. Now, let me take you back. This is kind of where the idea for the story came from. So I've got the team. Sorry, a tortoise and an armadillo with the rest of the team.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
Yeah, tortoise, obvious. Yeah, armadillo, not so obvious. And then I had to stop at that because I couldn't think of any others. So we've got the team going through space, kind of like policing the galaxy, kind of just keeping things, nice and calm, spreading peace, love, and understanding, that kind of thing. But then The Horse Awakens. It's not a horse, it's a seahorse. Yeah. It's
Got
that
yeah.
recurring nightmare we all have
Yeah.
of an evil seahorse.
Pesky seahorses, Chris.
Oh, you've got to watch out for the quiet ones, haven't you?
Yeah.
Wanting to take over the world by using news stations and newspapers and TV stations to kind of get inside our minds, you know.
So so because you called this episode 1, and
yes,
I know you're only going so far because you don't want to give too much away. And whenever I do have a chat with an author, I don't want to spoil it for them.
You just want to buy the book and find out yourself.
Yeah, you've just cost me 50 people buying the book, and I would hate to do that for you.
Well, I've heard it now on the radio, so
to rein you in a bit. So because you called it episode 1, that's very clever. That must mean there's an episode 2 in your head already. Are you writing it? Are you drawing?
I started it this week.
Brilliant.
Yes, so if anyone's got any ideas, do send them my way, because...
if you've got any more ideas of shelled creatures that could be added to the superhero roster at Shell,
Derby and pass them on to me, please.
I certainly will, Chris.
I am struggling. But yes, I think I'll call it episode 1 more in hope than anything else, because obviously you write these things, you never know if they're going to appear on bookshelves or not. So I thought, just in case, people are interested and it goes well, and so I kind of, tantalise a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end, just in case. And as it turns out, there may be an episode 2. Yeah.
Well, episode 1 is out now. Shell, episode 1, The Horse Awakens, from Alice Street author Chris White, who's been my guest today. Chris, good luck. It's a very colourful book if you want to go searching for it. Finally, any guest that's on any of our programmes has to be asked this question. Finally, are we going to win tomorrow night? And if so, what score's it going to be?
Yes, is the obvious answer. I'm going to go with my sister, who told me this morning 3-1 England.
Oh, is she more of a football fan than you are, Chris?
Yes, possibly, yeah. Although she did back Switzerland to start with, so I don't know how much.
Well, okay. Where did you get that from? I mean, they did better than expected, but from the beginning of the tournament,
kind of sweepstake that she got at work, and she was heavily behind the Swiss.
In
that, do better than
just like I was with Finland for the same reason. Finland.
Yes, so close, so close. So yes, she knows these things. So 3-1 England with not a care in the world, no stress whatsoever.
Chris, great to talk to you. We'll have you back on again when episode 2 gets released. I'm sure it will.
Excellent. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much from Alice Street. That's author Chris White. Shell, episode 1, The Horse Awakens, is out now. 5-1.